cravings. So I want to address cravings. So when we talk about a nutritionally balanced meal, if you're craving sugar, salt, those are really two of the cravings. They come from one of generally three places. Either you've got a medical condition that can create salt cravings, right? You could be out of balance. Your electrolytes could be out of balance, and that's why you're craving salt. If you're craving potato chips, that's not an electrolyte imbalance. Sugar. If you're craving sugar, it's because you ate an unbalanced meal. And I would encourage you to increase your fat content and your protein content. Not vegetable and not fruit. So if you're craving sugar, it's because your meals weren't balanced. You didn't give your body what it needs. Yes, ma'am.
So I grew up in a 70 household. Pasta. Yes, so pasta especially, but then dessert wasn't optional, it just was. So cannolis, tiramisu, things like that. So I realized as an adult, I crave dessert but I think that's more of a habitual thing, right? Just because like that's what I've had my entire life.
That's the third one, habit.
Oh, okay.
That's the third one. So medical condition, unbalanced meal, or habit. And that's it. That's where cravings come from. And it doesn't mean that they're good or bad. It means you then get to decide, am I eating this because I want it? Am I eating this because my body is telling me I'm lacking something that I need? And that's again about listening to your body. What do you need to look, feel, and function the way you want to in your life? And it's gonna be different for every one of us. So habits are something that are not easy to break because especially habits that are tied to food. Oh my gosh. Their birthdays, their Christmas, their celebrations, their anniversary, that creates a complete physiological reaction in our body. But there are ways to temper those. So if dessert is something that's not just habit, but something that you want to have, right? Or we're gonna go out for an anniversary celebration. We want to have the whole meal. I want to have wine, I want to have a nice appetizer, we want to have dinner, we want to share a dessert. You just make other choices that help keep those things in balance nutritionally. If I'm drinking wine, I'm not eating bread. Carbs, I'm drinking my carbs, right? Not eating bread, not having anything that's carb-based on my plate, no potatoes, no rice, no croutons on my salad. Drinking my carbs. Leaving room for something with that dessert. Sugar is a carbohydrate. We'll get to sugar soon. So I'm gonna make other choices with my meal that balance that out so that my body is still in a fairly nutritionally even plane and my insulin levels stay stable. That's a big piece of controlling. Yes, ma'am.
Just a quick thought, what you said before about with small meals keeping the body burning. Why is it bad to keep the body burning? Doesn't that mean it's constantly burning calories?
Yes and no. If your body is metabolically flexible, which means that you are insulin sensitive and not insulin resistant, it could be for a period of time, but it also stokes the body so high by increasing your metabolism so high that it can burn out your adrenals and your thyroid. So it's not a healthy state long term. Our bodies are designed to adapt and perform better when they have what's called hormetic stress. Hormetic stress is periods of induced stress that force the body to react and respond and adapt. Exercise, going long periods of time without food so that it can pull from its reserves, without your blood sugar and insulin crashing. Those are hormetic stressors, and those make our body very, very resilient. So that constant feeding also pulls from other resources. If you're digesting food, your brain isn't fully functioning. The resources are here. Our bodies do better with single, spaced out meals that are balanced. Now, when you get to a point where you're starting to balance your meals and limiting your feeding window, I'd encourage you to play with things like, if you're normally a 3-meal-a-day eater, go to 2 meals. See how your body responds, because ideally what's gonna happen when you're giving it what it needs, when you go for a longer period of time without food, you're not gonna dip. That's adaptability, that's flexibility, and that serves you very, very well. Or you do what's called an OMAD, 1 meal a day. It means the majority of the calories you're gonna take in any given day are done in 1 meal. It needs to be a substantial meal, But by doing this with your body every once in a while, it's very, very good, again, for this hormetic stress and adaptability, and it helps insulin resistance.